Out there, first things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG. We also too starting to call ourselves Christian Home Theater Screens, because again, I dedicate my company and all that I have to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because all this you see before you was a blessing from Him, teaching us how to build, modified, and all that cool stuff, and develop our screens and PCs and all that cool stuff. All came from Him. So we always give Him the glory for all things. This right here are my cardboard built PCs. I have also another channel that, not a channel, but I have a excuse me about that. I have a segment called Cardboard PC Kingdom. So all these are made out of cardboard boxes. And people do cardboard builds all the time, and I thought I'd do something completely different. And now we got this surface called the Flex. So good thing I got the projector, because it gives me an idea of how big flexes would have to be in order for them to accommodate the projector. They can't be too small, because some of these projectors require a good push out, and this may basically plague problems due to focus, due to the fact that the screen may be too small. So we definitely have to work on different sizes for different projectors. So looks like I'm going to build another PC. I got to build a PC with a flex screen attached to it, so we can show that off, because again, got to be to show it off. And we got two versions of it. We have a clear black, transparent black, and we have the transparent, which is the screen that actually absorbs the 100,000 lux light at 50 lumens. This is that surface right here. So this is hooked to the PC, which I wanted to do from the beginning. Unfortunately, testing it out, I had to run it through the PS system. And again, it doesn't really hit an impact if you're running a console system through a surface that, again, is supposed to be shown on the PC. So we do have it running right now through the graphic card, and as I told you before, we're running a 1050 graphic card. This AdTech also is going to have multiple applications, which means we don't need to develop another version of a gaming screen, because literally the gaming application on an AdTech is freaking insane. Especially, it doesn't require high-end PC parts to run. So that's fantastic. So again, that saved me a ton of money, because I'm thinking I'm going to have to go out and buy an RX 7600, and now I don't even have to come anywhere near that. I can literally buy a 580 and be super comfortable, which is actually equivalent to a 1060. So that is fantastic. So I'm happy about that. Saved me a ton of money. My PC built, my entire PC built for my Fallout setup is going to cost me around $431, which is a whole lot cheaper than everything else. And the beautiful thing about it is my buddy wants to hook up. Once we hook up, well, actually with this one, he wants to compare it to his PS5 Pro. And I got another buddy, he's got a really high-end PC. He wants to run it through that screen. Actually, going to be building a bigger one today. When he wants to run it through that screen and see exactly what he does. Because when he saw the 1050 running off on a 720p, he was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Yeah, those things are going to sell like hotcakes. I'm going to package it differently when we package the AdTech. So it's going to come with LED lights, all this cool stuff with it. Alright, so let's get into this. Because, man, I've been dying to do this. I'm waiting to get some kind of projector in here to do this. So I can play around with my controls and pull up some videos and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I had something set up in here, and I was going to go check out some gaming, but I kept hearing this weird rain sound. I'm like, what the freak? Do we have a tab open? I ended up closing all my tabs to find out that it was actually on another whole fresh window on the other end. I was like, oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. There we go. I like well, for me, if I'm setting mine up, I like the clear. Clear I like, because I can still see my parts and stuff lighting up in the background. And again, like I said, this is a system that's used to taking an Eazy 12,000K Halo system through it. You know what I mean? Tons of ambient light, so your PC lighting in there won't even affect it, but you'll still be able to see it, which is pretty cool. And these screens right here, like I said, the LED screens for these are really costly. This is an actual projection screen on your portable projector. There's my projector right there, my QME, which I freaking love so much. All right, let me see. screen. And those are my custom PC builds. I'm actually in the process of building another one over there. That's the Fallout one I'm building right now. But that's gonna look pretty cool. And let me see. Go over to. Oh, wrong keyboard. Always wrong keyboard. Where's the microphones running? I guarantee microphones are nowhere near my section. Let's see, you got microphones way over there. I need microphones over here. My job is easier. Definitely gonna have to. I should have ordered the USB extender, but I need one in here super badly. I don't have any more ports once my ports are depleted. Okie doke. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with that. It's running perfectly fine. What are you getting at here? I plug these in and out of my unit all day. Windows is losing its freaking mind sometimes, I swear. I know we didn't pick up YouTube Mobile. You know, there's a YouTube Mobile. It actually runs much more better than regular YouTube. If you have a cell phone and it's not picking up YouTube, you can actually put in YouTube Mobile instead. It kind of looks like we picked up YouTube Mobile. There we go. There's a difference. There's definitely between YouTube and YouTube Mobile. Alright, there we go. That's much better. Alright, let me see what we got going on here. Yeah, this is going to be nice. So I'm going to build me, I got a good size, got my measuring tape out on how big we have to build the screen. I would say roughly about almost the same size as one of these boxes would make a perfect flex screen. For the larger size and smaller sizes, if people want to do like builds on them and stuff like that, they want to actually tile them together. But I think the biggest tile is going to be, hopefully we can get one that size. Let's see. Yeah, 12, it should be 12 by 12. 12 by 12 should be the size we're going to need for that. Let me get something interesting so I can have back and forth on there. See. Now I'm going to be building me nice little portable PC that I can take anywhere I want all around Allentown, so I can show off the flex system that'll be attached to my screen. I can take it on and off. It's going to be flexible, so basically I can roll it up and put it into a little tube, take my screen, have my projector in my little bag, work inside of my gaming PC, and there's like tons of outlets. I had to go map out all the outlets all through Allentown to figure out exactly where I can charge up and set up. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little buddy. I said buddy, it's something buddy power station. It's a little small unit. It's not big. You can carry it in your backpack. I learned that watching the homeless. I have a lot of homeless friends. I hang out with them because they're pretty cool people at the end of the day, and you learn a lot from them. And at the end of the day, like I said, if I can share a little bit of what I have at the end of the day to help other people out, I ain't got a problem with it. But I actually saw someone pull one of those out and charge the outlet. I was like, huh, that's a fantastic idea, because again, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to be plugging this stuff up at, and I definitely don't want to be plugging it straight into the city, you know what I mean? Even with a surge attached to it, freaks me out. But if I got one of those power stations, I can take it anywhere I go and I can charge it up anywhere, because there's outlets everywhere. So I was like, that is a freaking good idea. See, learn something every single day from people. From anybody can learn something new. So, yeah. That's portrait. We don't need portrait. We don't need portrait when we don't need portrait. But that's actually a pretty good one too on top of that. Let me see. Oh, there's that flame. I was looking for this one. So that'll be fantastic. So we're going to build a small little micro setup, and we're going to take that all through Allentown. set up our screen and connect it to it, hook up our projector, and do a little gaming off that baby off the side of my PC. So if I build this thing, let me see. This is different. Now we go a different direction. Because now we're building a PC designed to take very little power because of what it has to run off. Which means the big, beautiful thing about it, because of the ad tech, I'm not required to have heavy parts. Which means my parts will consume very little power. Due to the fact that we can, I'm going to go a little lower than the 1050s. A little lower than that. And see exactly what we can do. Now my obsession is the other way around. Instead of me building PCs for massive parts, I'm building PCs at much cheaper, more extremely affordable parts because the ad tech puts all that back in. That's the same thing, like I said, with the screens we develop. My customers are not required to go out and spend the money for high-end projectors. It's not required. It's not needed. They save a ton of money. Companies we deal with save a ton of money because, again, not needed. The first thing when somebody gets a white screen, the first thing they do is they buy this high-end projector because they already know. Everybody knows the theory of the white screen. Everybody knows this. So you know from the door, if I get a really good projector, I'm going to be able to see the white screen. That means it's going to cost you a lot of money. There you go. We do it the opposite. We don't have to do all that. And we can be in much more higher, brighter environments, with a color washout, no calibration, contrast doesn't mean jack at the end because your screen physically is contrast. And on top of that, consider the fact that with the border of the screens, the reason why they cost a little bit more than the average screen with a border, because you're paying for that extra 2 and 3 inches, believe it or not, yes you are, because the border is not there. So that little bit of inches can cost you an easy $100 more. So, yeah, they nickel and dime you pretty badly. Other than that, yeah, so they have multiple options. So now, in PC and gaming community, you're not required to have high-end parts. It's not even needed, not necessary. So now my kicker is like, how cheap can we build a PC and the less power consumption, which means I'm looking at the Dell. I'm a modified Dell power supply that have multiple outlets, which isn't hard to do, to tell you the truth. I don't need to modify them. But anyway, yeah, because they're 250s. But then again, they make these power supplies that are completely flat. They don't take a lot of power either. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a gaming system with very minimum, extreme minimum parts to game off. And use the ad tech to boost the graphic card. So let me get you on this side so you can see it that way much better. Yeah. So we're going to build us another cardboard PC and we're going to put a screen up next to it. I want it so the screen lays here where it's not basically hitting it, but it's going to have a stand where it lays here. And because I saw a PC like that had a huge piece of glass, tempered glass in front of it. It went like $300 for it. I'm like, I am not paying $300 for that. I can literally build a case myself and have our own ad tech right there, and we can game off of it. And then make it with disconnects and reconnects. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So I can basically display this stuff. Let's go ahead and get something else on here. Black background, beta fish. Like Larry did not listen to anything I said. Black background, beta fish. And again, microphones are right in front of the freaking power, the freezing system over there. That whole PC with them high powered fans over there. So you can see all the light up parts on the other end, no problem whatsoever. Now this projector comes in extremely handy because I need to have a machine that I can have on me 24/7 so we can show off what this technology does. And one of the most impressive demonstrations we do on here is the black background, the beta fish. But the problem is that the projector I have here, the smaller one, it's nice, it works, it has a little battery pack on it and everything at the end of the day, but the USB ports for some reason don't pick up. Now the USB ports of this one actually pick up quite nicely. So with that being said, I can run all my USBs on my movies and whatever I want to put on here so I can show my clients anywhere I go at that the screen picks up. So we got our USB here, I got a bunch of cool movies on here, I got some fish, got the beta fish, all that cool stuff on here, download on here, samplers, and I can show it off. and I can take it anywhere I want to go. Put it in my portable Grand Theft Auto bag, called my Grand Theft Auto bag. Put a flex screen in there with a stand, set it up, and boom, that's it. And then run from the door, pass up my business cards, brochures, the whole 9 yards. Everywhere I go and I show off demonstrations of the technology on my phone, it's nice, but people need to see, some people need to see it in real life. And to have the surface there with the projector, I can pull out the buddy system. The buddy system is so small. It's not even that big. It's probably about, I say roughly, about a foot. It's a little small thing, about a foot. It's not really that big. And it keeps it charged. It's a battery bank. It's a huge battery bank. It'll run all my stuff with no problem, especially this projector. It'll run it. So that's fantastic. That is fantastic. So I have my whole entire setup, my whole movie setup in my bag, and taking the show off. So every time when I get everything set up, I got a couple places there to go out to do some demonstrations to show how the product works. And on top of that, I got my license. Yeah, I got another one. I got my license for my new company with the company's name on it, which we can't show you yet because we're still waiting for documents to come back. But I got my license, which means I can got permits. I can go anywhere the freak I want, all over Allentown, and show off my stuff now. That's why I said all that effort that people went in online, sad. You do know that I actually can go anywhere I want, and show up that technology. So many people have seen that stuff, it's not even funny. Good luck on convincing someone it doesn't work when people are sitting there staring directly at it. That's like going to an art exhibit where they're showing up the color blue, and you're trying to convince people in protest that the color is orange. We all can see it's blue. You do know that, right? All right, there you go. Gee whiz Louise. Everybody in this building has seen the technology we have. Can't miss it. When you open the door, it's a giant screen staring you in the face. Can't miss these things. So, yeah. Good luck on that one. But anyway, we'll use it against you in court. Oh, for those you don't know, they're probably popular. What's he talking about? Yeah, we got a bunch of people we caught on YouTube doing some dumb stuff. Long story short, jail, prison time, and lawsuits. That's pretty much what's coming up by this summer. And evictions. A lot of evictions. Yeah. You don't realize that. You contact somebody, you can actually send over some documents. You gotta show proof. You can't talk it. Talk is nothing. You can't talk it. You gotta show actual documents. That's how that works. If I got a business establishment, I'm not gonna go by just base. It's called hearsay in court. You go to court and you say something, they strike it off the record because you have to have actual proof that this actually happened. If not, you got a Salem witch hunt on your hands. That's what you have. You go back to the Salem era where they would just say anything and anyone could be accused for anything. You don't want that nonsense going on. So that's why you have to have actual documented proof. That's why we have documents on everything. So we just send over the documents and look here, and that's it. That's it. That fast. Gotta have documents. Those fish look absolutely amazing. So people just chalk it up as a troll, so they see it. And then you send enough of them through, you know what happens? They get their lawyers involved. Yep. And then they'll figure out where you're at. And then you'll be dealing with the business, the company, and their attorneys. That's what you end up with. So now you got us suing you, and you got them suing you. That don't go well. But yeah, anyone that comes on and hears that, yeah, we got to sue a bunch of people. Oh wow, that looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I like the back fishing background. Let me see what else we got. I'm definitely just gaming off of this thing. All right, we definitely have to make a bigger surface because again, this surface is nice. Actually, this surface works better with the the smaller projector we have over here. The Cumi requires a little bit more pushback, but we're going to require a little bit bigger screen. So these are the smaller screens, the tile systems. They're going to come in different sizes, and they can be tiled and pieced together. All right, bigger test. I'll turn the lights on in this dip. Ugh. Going over this. Oh, attack! What do you expect? I surfaced red a 50 lumen projector. It did 100,000 lux. That was direct sunlight that struck that screen. At 50 lumens. At 300 lumens, it's a cakewalk for that thing to read. That's why I said that the stuff we're working around AdTech to allow people to convert their desks into this massive screens that wrap around their desks. That's where the projector, the 3D printer guy comes in at. We're gonna do customizations to mold, like, bath fitters, they have it. We're gonna do custom fit it for your desk. It has a wraparound screen. And those projectors will pick up at 50 lumens in fully lit environments. That's the beautiful thing about being in the office, is the fact that we got really intense lighting in here. Now, if I did this in the home, people have home offices at the end of the day, but it's much of a bigger impact if you're actually in an office, a well-lit office. Not to say anybody has an office at home, you don't have one. You do have one, but the lighting in the office is going to be just much more brighter. So with that being said, if we can operate here, we can easily operate any place else, including your office. So we're actually working on multiple levels of screens. That's why I said I want to get into physical screens. We got technology we're developing for, like I said, expos, shows, trade shows, all that stuff at the end of the day. Because we can go anywhere with that, because again, it doesn't make a difference what they're advertising. It has nothing to do with home theater. We're still going to be there because our technology is advertising, making allow their technology to sell at another level. Ad tech, which we know that we can't use it outside because it will cause car accidents. And yeah, I can see that one coming. But the inside displays, we got access to every inside display because ad tech can be used to make items look more realistic. The guy saw the one with the Pepsi bottle, or Coca-Cola bottle. Oh, I forgot about that. I gotta go pick up something for that too. I need a hot bag of chips. Because we gotta use that for that. And we gotta charge that one up for that too. We got some demonstrations to do on foods and stuff like that for ad tech's advertising capabilities. But he has a watch store. And he wants to do something where he has a watch on display and he wants like a clock you can see through that's ticking at the same time to show off his Rolexes. So yeah, that's going to be some cool stuff we get to work with. So you can do advertising commercials off their glass display. So imagine you walk into a store, they got a row of Rolexes in there. You can have a little display on the side explaining the Rolex little commercials, all that stuff. There you go. And that tech can operate in all those environments at 50 lumens with no problem, which means this little projector right here is all they would need to advertise off a desk in fully lit environments. This is what I mean by that. People who make these so-called products that come against us, and you're still on the wall, you're so far down the level of where we develop our technology. You're like baby steps. You're doing these demonstrations on the wall. We bypassed the wall years ago. We had developed curved projection screens. If you ask them about curved projection screens, they can't tell you about that. They never built the curved screen. I built multiple curved screens. As a matter of fact, I even developed a screen called an outcurve. If you ever saw that, them things are pretty crazy. Actually, we need one of those built again. So yeah, funnel screens. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be getting my projector mapping application technology. My buddy's over there working on the firmware to update all that stuff on it. I'm going to show you some pretty cool stuff. We're going to draw these walls over here. But anyway, yeah, they're still in that era. We're way past that now. We're into interactive technology, transparent technology, projector mapping technology, which we're already in, hologram technology, and they're still there on that. And then we're way beyond in black technology. Yeah, far behind. That's why we can switch up our demonstrations. If I don't want to be on the wall, I can be here. Right now I'm about to build a bigger version of the gaming system, which can't wait to show that off. But anyway, so with that being said, we have multiple areas that we can be at. So if we want to do gaming applications, we can go there. If we want to do ceiling applications, we can go there. And if it involves mapping technology, we can also be there. Interactive technology, we can also be there too. Floor projection applications, we got that too. We can do that with no problem whatsoever. Outdoor home theater, yeah, we actually specialize in outdoor home theater. I have so many demonstrations on outdoor worlds, so different segments. It's not even funny on how much stuff we've done outside. What else we have at the end of the day? Advertising technology, which is $1 billion corporation by itself. $1 billion. So again, it's multiple areas we can go. And now we got technology we're developing for gaming PCs and console systems that enhance your game's color capabilities and contrast, of course, to new heights. The new technology we're engineering for the table, all this came from AdTech. The new application we're designing for table was trying to get a projector at 50 lumens to run perfectly off a table and a fully lit environment. And now we have it. So that means we can develop a tabletop that locks on top of your tabletop that has the top part itself allows you to be able to turn that into a screen. It's interactive, which means you can drag and drop objects back and forth with your hands because it'll basically pick all that up. My buddy can even install sensor systems that'll activate to your fingerprints. Yeah, future technology. You guys are in the past. That's why we call you cavemen, because you're in the past. We're way beyond that. That's why I invested in all this hardware at the end of the day. Integrated all my technology so basically it can operate in these high-end environments. And if it can operate off a 50-lumen projector, which means we can run an office can run an entire touchscreen application display off their desk at a projector that can fit in their pocket. This is why we explain when we said at the end of the day, and not to be rude, take it the wrong way, you don't think on our level, you're not on our level at all, period. That's why we explain this to you. We're way beyond that. You're so far in the past, it's not even funny how far back you are. That technology is 10%. It's not even finished yet. Again, too far behind in the past. I got to a point where when I was developing this stuff that I wanted to be way beyond outside the box. So Lori's like, what do you want? I was like, well, we need this, and I want to develop this and that. And he said, in due time, you'll have it. And here it is, due time, we have it. Yep. So I got some big people on board to help me out, get this project up and going. I got plenty of investors, and I got a whole slew of customers on every freaking level, on every platform that you could possibly think of that we can use AdTech to utilize in all types of environments, anything we want. That darker technology we have over there, that's going to be our new setup for the ultra short throw community, who has to deal with these big old bulky projectors, who have to spend all this money for contrast to try to give it like some kind of TV-like experience to still be stuck in the dark with a screen that doesn't pull a proper contrast level, and they have to calibrate. I heard that calibrating a projector that has 1.7 billion colors is freaking hilarious. It is. What are you doing calibrating that? We don't even calibrate ours, and we don't even have anywhere near that. That's insane that you have to calibrate a machine that has that type of power. I haven't seen any demonstrations on the P2 in a fully lit environment showing up to 2 million to 1 contrast. If you're in the dark, that doesn't help. Anything can pick up contrast in the dark and give you that kind of camouflage look to it. So no. So again, definitely not helping. So with the new screens we have now that we're working on, you can set this screen right, put your projector behind it. Not only do you have an infinity contrast level, but guess what that means? That means that you don't have to go out and spend the money for this expensive projector with this super inky level to it that you're never going to see the contrast to begin with, if I tell you the truth. And you can get a projector like Hitachi, if I'm saying it right, I think CP, something, I forgot the name of that projector. But anyway, those projectors are 2200 lumens and the contrast on them are really super low. It doesn't make a difference what projector you use, even if it's 600 to 1, 1000 to 1 contrast, due to the fact that your screen itself has an Infinity 1 attached to it, and that means it eliminates paying to go out and spend all this money for expensive. It has enhancement technology, which you can see here, that we can make screens look 720p, so absolutely incredible. So that means you do not have to go out and spend for 4K or whatever you're getting at the end of the day. You can get a 720p and have that look absolutely insane on that technology. Absolutely insane. So the display for that one we're going to have is going to have a cheap 720p behind it. I'm going to have a 4K TV right next to it. Fully lit environment. Won't even affect it. Light can hit the back and the front of that screen. It won't even touch it. Oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. So now when you come in to turn on your ultra short throw setup, Now it looks like an actual TV because you got this huge black slick screen in front of it. On top of that, no matter what projector you choose, you have the Infinity one. So all that bragging about, I got a P2 and a 2 million and one, yeah, mine's Infinity. There you go. So that eliminates that nonsense. Now I'm going to go over here and get something else to check out. Let me see. Man, we got a whole lot of different displays we have on here that we can choose from here. Oh, we got the smoke. I'm definitely got to do this one with the whatchamacallit. So yeah, this is going to be a fantastic addition to our technology is the Flex. And the Flex is going to allow our people, or people we do business with, be able to have this beautiful display for their PC setup, gaming setup, the whole 9 yards. I'm also working on some new technology for outdoors too, because definitely want to actually check out AdTech. What's this AdTech's application look like for outdoor projection screens? Definitely got to research that. What with that? What do we got for time here? There can't be too much on here. I got some stuff that I got to take care of. I got emails I got to send out today. Still sending out emails. Literally still sending out emails. I ain't gonna tell you why and who, but you already know already. I'm still sending emails over there. So we got so much stuff to send, it's not even funny. Yeah, send out the rest of the 12 emails today, and then get when I'm done with that, I gotta go pop over and take care of some other business, get some more documents, and go back and send more stuff. Oh man. Well, they're gonna pay for my time. They're definitely gonna pay for my time. I'm suing for my time. If I had to take out of my business schedule, take care of this nonsense, I am definitely suing people for this. You're gonna pay me $100 grand for wasting my time. Because I gotta take time to go out this. I'm clocking my hours. I'm showing the judge at the end of the day places I had to go to for all these documents, how busy our schedule is. And we had to take the time to deal with this nonsense. I'm suing y'all for an extra additional $100,000. For taking time out of my busy schedule and things I gotta do to deal with kids. As a matter of fact, from now on, I'm calling them the kids. I gotta deal with the kids all the time. Every time I turn around, I gotta deal with the kids. So I gotta take time out of my day to deal with the kids. So that means that I'm gonna have to go out and ask the judge we get in court that I need $100 grand. Because again, 50 to 100 grand. Because the time we had to waste to go get all this stuff done and taken care of because the kids don't know how to act right. Let's get some other colors in there. Ooh, got little puffs going across. Cocoa Puffs! I like this, man. This is beautiful. And at 10%, we're only at 10% on this technology. We're not even anywhere near done finish it. Can we finish it? Yeah, we can finish it, but I want to play around with it at 10%. See what we can do. We can definitely finish it. That's not a problem. I want to see what we can do with it. Doctor Who. But it gives me an idea now. So, the smaller projectors, but again, like I said, let me see. We got to figure out exactly the different sizes we're going to need. I do like these smaller ones. But I think I'm going to use these for samples. And I'm going to get something else instead for the Flex. That definitely needs to be great for the samples. To clear. That is the black transparent. Alright, so if we're building one, and this has to be all, I mean, we can't have hard drives on the side. It's literally going to have to be, well, no, we can build it that way. We can literally build it that way, but we can't use the hard drive on the side. That will not work. Hard drive is literally going to have to be, but I want lights to push this thing too on top of that. So we're going to have to RGB it up really nice. In order to get the lights to push to the screen and have the display at the same time. So that means we're going to have to run RGBs on literally everything. The RAM, a whole 9 yards, the cooling cables, everything's going to have that RGB. The wraparound for the motherboard, you can get all those done. The mod kits for that. Definitely power supply, definitely doing it through RGB. It's going to do all those. So we can modify all that in lighting, and then we can put the screen where it attaches, it connects to it. So we need a post on each side that we can connect it to. I do want to do a light magnetic system, so that way it can just locks in place for that build. And of course, since we're using the AdTech gaming technology, we can build the PC super cheap because we don't require any expensive parts. That saves me a ton of money. All right. Alright, it would just swap it out. I want to build it and put it where this one's at. Put this one over here so that when I have to set my projector up here, I don't want to show it off and I want to display. Where's my Pac-Man? Killer Instinct. I only showed up the game screen today. We're gonna build the bigger one. I'm actually building the bigger one today. 48 by 36. One bigger piece. We get the highway open up. Yippee-ki-yay! Gotta put more time in this game. Right, are we requiring an update for this? Oh, we're good. Okay, cool. Okay. So what's going on with that one? Put it into big screen mode. What's on big screen mode at? Oh, there's my delivery. Nah. I put that in there. That's what I love about the freaking PC. You just change your intro. Alright, let's see what's going on with you. Why are you fighting me? Alright. Have to force your application. That's another thing too. You'll figure out that usually, well, I mean, do they have tech support for games anymore? Like really, like for a console? And if your games don't work, you just kind of could. Crazy in PC, you are tech support. Let's just put it that way. You are freaking tech support for your parts and everything else. You are tech support. Oh yeah, it is having an issue. I'm gonna have to fix that nonsense. Ugh. Always something wrong with you. Alright, I'll just play my shooter game then. Forget that. I'll have to uninstall you and reinstall you. Just wait a minute. Not the Pac-Man. Yeah, the Pac-Man. Ah, are we in portrait on this? We are in portrait on this, aren't we? Which way we're going on this? Oh, let me upside down. Oh, gonna be on the porch. Yeah, these projectors can do portrait mode. But the port is on the other side. We got the heat on this side. Which means we'll have to switch it around. Ooh, we gotta do a portrait setup. I forgot we could do portrait on these projectors. Alright. Gotta find some game to play on here. Oh, wait, you got horizontals, right? Let me see. I want to read the menu salary setting. Let's see. Make sure it's the right thing. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Alright, this is what I do. I gotta figure out why my Pac-Man's not playing. Like, what the freak is going on with that? That's what I gotta figure out. Why is the Pac-Man not playing? I gotta find an arcade game where I just want to play one game on your arcade. We got Metal Slug on here. I gotta figure. This is my other system, so my other system's trying to figure out what I downloaded on here. Right. We'll do this guy right here. The Goose. It's kind of like a Metal Slug, but it's not. But it's pretty cool. Oh, I gotta see if those games dropped already. Some games I got on my wish list. I'm hoping they're out already. I really want to play those games. Let's get the Goosey on. The Goosey. Hey, Taco, it's Luigi with the squeegee. Alright. Over there. See the screen clear? It's Luigi with the squeegee. So yeah, I'm going to do 12 by 12. Like 12 is a perfect size for the larger ones. These we're going to turn into the samplers. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Get through destruction. We have I really actually I don't play my PC games without Well, actually, I got two of these. So two of these arcade systems. One over there, one on that one. But all right. So how am I hitting this button, baby? Excuse me. Nope. That's what I call. Doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Oh, I hit the button. Did I hit the switch on? Yeah, we do not. They show me a melee or something. Oh, I forgot. We gotta go to the other end. We can't just switch. We finish this part. Duh. All right. All right. Hit the switch. Oh, come on, I jumped that. No freak. Dumb nonsense right there. There we go. Alright, somebody was telling me I need to get some up-to-date games. I'm an old school gamer. I play old school games. That's what I'm into. That's my thing. Because I come from that era. That's why. I'm not into, I play some modern games, but I'm old school. That's what I like. I like the old games. So keep in mind, if you're thinking at the end of the day that the older games don't apply to new technology, they do. Because again, if you look at Pac-Man, all the older games from back in the day, if you're old enough to remember those games majority had black backgrounds on them. So you bring anything with vector graphics like Tempest, any of the games like what's it called? The submarine game, I forgot what it's called. But anyway, pole position. A lot of those games required a lot of heavy black levels. So especially Tempest. If you ever played Tempest in the arcade, the headache maker, yeah, that vector graphics that went on, there's a lot of black in that. So just say at the end of the day that I need newer games to show off the technology's capabilities. It's bogus. You should be able to play on any type of game. It should look amazing. A gray screen can't read Pac-Man. Right there from the door. That should tell you right there. You can't even read this. So, again, no. And with older games requiring much heavier contrast levels, you're definitely going to have that contrast level. Which I can't express that enough on so many levels. It's not even freaking funny on how much you need that. But you go on and thinking, living in the world of denial, the gray denial. I think the people in Metal Slug made this. But this is so close to a similarity also. It's not even funny how close this is. I think they made this. They had to. But man, it plays just like Metal Slug. It's that Metal Slug! It would be the first thing you hear in the arcade is Metal Slug! Look. My cat's head poked up on the table. What you looking for? And you know, curious looks. Yeah, it plays just like Metal Slug. I was like, Metal Slug made this? Yeah. You have to have that. That contrast. What's in that? What's shining the light on me? Can't get up here. I can't get the ducky up here. What's that ducky? Oh, here we go. I would like to have some missiles. Did we get missiles in this? I'm about to get cooked. But I'm on my last turkey dozen. Exact. Machine gun, yeah, just like it. Machine gun. Yeah, I'm old school. I like new games, but it has to be something really, really impressive on a new game to make me even go in that direction. Something really impressive. Most of the time, it'll be old school. Nothing. Woo! Get away from that. Go slow! Ah, turkey! Get me into a turkey. Machine gun. I got a friend of mine, all he plays is NES old games. He don't touch none of the new systems. And he don't like them. He likes the old school. He ain't into the whole watching movies off it and all that stuff. He's not. He's an old school gamer. I know people that play strictly pinball. They don't even bother with this new high-tech stuff. They don't really bother with it. They play pinball. That's their thing. You have any idea how much money pinball gaming setup is extremely super expensive. Them pinball machines ain't cheap. You can spend a couple $1,000s for a pinball machine easy. And you don't get any new games. It's just the same game over and over and over again. I try to introduce them to like the digital version of pinball, but they don't like it. But each his own. Each his own. I'm at the bottom of my turkey burger. Oh, I need help. Woo-hoo. I'm still alive. Can you give me that machine gun power? Machine gun. Oh. No mercy. Give me a machine gun. Oh, he's gonna drop a tank on me. Bam. Oh, we don't get grenades. We got this package. What's in here? Shotgun! Come on, son. Decent in there. What's the dealio? Will you get in there? Oh, okay. Yeah, Metal Slug had to make this. There's no way in the world. It's way too close. Oh, get the big gun now. Where'd that come from? What is this? Oh, take the big gun. Take the big gun. Yeah, Goosey combo. Oh, the eggs. Oh, the eggs. I wonder the goodness sake those things are. I don't know the things are eggs. Oh. Pretty buggers. Take that. Tell me about it, Gucci. We got flying crap in the air. The heck are you? Uh-oh, okay. I'll take that view. Yeah. Go get some health. Good. Oh, that's just dirty. There you go, take that. Hold on. Almost right on the clear. Come on, be nice. Another way. Right on the clear. Yep, combo. Where's my freaking duck on the side? Ah! Alright, good. I gotta test both of these. Get that war card. Yeah! Alright, and you see it jumping down the hole. Anything back there? Alright, got me a little partner with me. Okay, this way. Oh, it gives me equipment. Oh, something jacked up's coming. Yep. Oh, yeah. Definitely come get some. Oh, we're in the door already messing me up in the door. Jeez. Alright, so I got the weapons go wherever you go. Oh, okay, I said so. So wherever you go, they go. When you take left, they go the other way. And it's firing rockets too? Let's use some weapons here. Oh, where's the machine gun? Oh, I'm gonna definitely need to cook. Definitely. Okay, I'm done. I gotta go take care of the business. This or that works. Okay. Oh. Abort. Abort the mission. Yeah, Metal Slug had to make that. And it's way too close to Metal Slug. Let's see. That's a big screen. Perfect. Yep, I like it. So we're definitely going to have to make the surface a little bigger. These will be the samples. Definitely the purpose of the samples. And we have to make the screen for the flex a little bit bigger. So we're looking at probably 12 by 12 is a good size for those. These will definitely be samples. Yeah. So it looks like the power supply is on fire. That's because light's transferring through the screen and it's hitting the PC. Which means if I do a display or my PC, the screen in the front with the clear, that means it looks like my PC parts are on fire. But we got something coming out for basically for modders at the end of the day. So since we developed all this paint in the day, we're actually working on a new version of the glow in the dark for basically for PC and gaming console modifications. And we're also working on something that basically for well, yeah, modifying your parts. So basically you can make them look like they're in flames. You can project off of them. My buddy who's an engineer, he's developing something else, a new type of projector. All kinds of cool stuff we're working on. Man, I built my own projector. It'll have like zero contrast because you won't be needed. But to charge you for that, it'll have no contrast on it. You don't need it. The screen will do the work. You don't need it. It doesn't need billions of colors. The screen does that one. You don't need that then. It's color enhancement technology. You don't need that. We don't need high powered lumens. Don't need all that crap to begin with because again we can operate on minimum lumens. So we need that. Man, that'd be a super affordable projector at the end of the day. Super affordable. And then for people to sit there and say, well, what do you need? You don't even use any of that stuff on your projector. You can't use the colors. It does on your screen. Can't read it. You can't even read it in the dark. I told you, a cell phone. You watch me. I can wash out a screen with a cell phone flashlight. You know how low a cell phone flashlight is compared to something like we're used to being around? So no, you can't even read it. So the billions of colors it has, you couldn't even come close to that. Your screen can't pick any of that up. Just because your projector can do it doesn't mean your screen can do it. You're not reading any of that. If your screen was reading correctly, then that means you would be to pick up the infinity contrast level. I mean, you would be to turn black on your screen, and you would be able to read it. Because the projector is showing black, your screen can't pick it up. Same thing with color. You're not reading any of that at all. That's why you calibrate. You calibrate to try to get your color balance right. And you're still way off. So, you're not really picking up 1.7 billion colors or whatever, because your screen can't even see a black level. You can't see a black level, you definitely can't see colors. That's why we call it the gray denial. And then so forth about ambient light projection technology, you don't even have that. How are you in the dark claiming to have ambient light projection technology? You don't have that. The whole purpose of ambient light projection is to allow you to be able to operate your screen in a fully lit environment without it deteriorating. If you have to turn out your lights or control the environment because your screen's going to wash out, then technically you just said you don't have ambient light projection technology. That's what that comes to. Simple and plain. No mumbo jumbo. I don't have time for that, all that nonsense. Well, you have to have the spectrum of the lights and the lights of the spectrum. No, it's short and plain. You don't have it. You do or you don't. So, majority of people who buy projectors never use them to their full potential, ever. Because your projector has the capability. The problem is your screen can't show you exactly what the projector can do. That's why a lot of the P1 owners, matter of fact, I can honestly say all of them, unless they have my technology, are sitting in dark environments. Because I did make that offer last week. And I can't find one. I can't find one person with that projector can show me that thing in a fully lit environment. At least beat the promo demonstration. Gee whiz, I beat the promo. I beat the promo demonstration with an Optima GT 5500 outside. And I beat that demonstration so badly that at the end of the day, that demonstration basically outputs any demonstration on a P2 right now. Show me one P2 outside operating at Starfield. We have 20,000, 22,000 to 1 contrast. The reason why we can read higher than that is we have a black screen. And then the claims that I see of people claiming to have black screens, they don't even last that long. You're lucky if you get a year in. Can't back any of the specifications up in any way whatsoever. You can't go to no forum sites. You can't go anywhere with that stuff because, again, you can't back it up. You can't go into an office. An office requires for you to know exactly what you are selling. And that way they're not dealing with a scammer. They got to know your product, of what you're doing, your credentials, all that stuff, customer reviews, the whole 9 yards. You can't back something up that doesn't work. You got to be on forum sites with other gurus at the end of the day, getting people know what they're talking about. How are you going to back up something like gain range that doesn't, the person itself can't even back it up? So again, it's a no man's sky scenario. Like, at least at the end of the day, he corrected it, so you got to give him credit on that. And the game was actually pretty amazing when he corrected it. It was actually, came back and did it. But the no man's sky scenario was a guy who came up and made all these things about a game that you could do all these things, and all of it was a lie. You couldn't do all this stuff on the game. But at least he did go back and correct it. These people don't go back and correct jack. They just leave it broken the way it is and say, well, you know, hey, blah, 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 blah. If you're showing up, mind you, if Silent Wake, aka McAfee, was basically doing that demonstration in front of a bunch of investors, and that screen turned gray, do you have any idea how many people would have walked out of that demonstration? If you're showing up a black screen, it's supposed to be black. If you can't accomplish that on the first display of that screen, you lost the battle already that fast. It's hard to come back from that one. It really is. So I don't even know how in the world you claim a screen to be black and it comes up gray. And then come back in. Imagine he was around a bunch of people, investors, and came back in and cursed and carried on and lied and said that, you know, the people who are investing don't know what they're talking about. You literally would have lost that contract. You can't be making this stuff up. That's why it didn't last. That's why it disappeared, because he couldn't support the product. Mind you, what was it? The screen was designed. The Spartan was challenging that technology. What did we get out of that? We got almost nearly 12 million people canceled in the state of Pennsylvania because he couldn't produce the product and he couldn't handle going through another cancellation, which we went through cancellations the last time. When we tried to order his product, he couldn't deliver. He had to give us back our money. But that speaks volumes at the end of the day, that if you call yourself making a product and you have to literally give money back, because a lot of money there, $700 worth of orders, you have to give back because you cannot produce the product. And the fact that anyone who mentions my name or my company's name, he can't sell it to you because he can't afford to have us get our hands on it. Why? Because we'll test it. All that mumbo jumbo nonsense doesn't play. So if you're afraid of us, how in the world are you going to market that product to anybody else? Any customer gets that stuff and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, you're liable for lawsuits because your product's not functioning the way it's supposed to function. You have no way to back it up. You have no testing. Someone takes him to court for gain range. How does he fight that and defend himself? He can't. Couldn't even answer our questions. Let alone he can't answer a judge or a lawyer who's coming at him. So how's he going to answer that? Can't make stuff up. The problem is that these people make these products up because they figure that they're going to try to take away business from us. How does that turn out at the end of the day? So you're going to try to go in and try to steal a Christian's blessings at the end of the day. How did that work out? He discontinued the product. Ain't the first time he did that one. There you go. And the other one is not supposed to be doing that. He can't show any form of advertising in the complex that he's in. It's against policy. You cannot basically open or run a business or advertise a business within that unit. I read through your policy. I know your policy probably better than him. I read through that whole thing. Can't do that. It's a violation. I know for a fact it's a violation due to the fact that I had a friend of mine used to do hair. And she got cited because she was actually had people, not a lot of clients, but she had some people in there. And of course, you know, you can get a hater in there, of course. And the hater reported her. and they gave her citations so that she can't come in there and she can't do that. So a good friend of hers had a house, she had a nice basement, they converted it to a nice little salon, and that's where she worked at, right in there. But that's somebody doing something positive at the end of the day. But you know, still, rules are rules, so that you can't do it. So again, eventually, she earned enough clients, got a second store, and now she owns a house. Did something positive with it, did a negative with it, but you're still going to get them haters in there. Everybody deals with it. But yeah, that's the end of that. All right, let me go in here. I'm going to get a little bit more fire. Bum, 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 bum. So when I get people saying, you made what? Do you have any different versions of technology we develop in a day's time? What did you make? Now next week, hopefully we'll be in projector mapping territory land. Are you going to be competing with us in there? Anybody doing any projector mapping applications? Any holograms? What about this? You have this machinery right here. Do you know how these things work? Do you know what this is? You know how these work? Yeah, you better not mess around with this. You mess around and destroy your retinas. You don't even know what that machinery is for. You don't know what you're doing at the end of the day. If a professional comes to you and asks you questions, you can't answer the questions because you don't know what you're doing. Oh, look at that blue fire. So yeah, again, not experienced in the field. All right, I like the flex. I know I got to get a bigger size, which I'm definitely going to do. I'm going to do me a short little video off of this, post this all over my other forum sites so they can check it out. Oh man, what are we going to do for the flame? I want to do something with something real hot. I'm going to do a 2 projector setup. We're going to do the whole screen. Do a video, blast it all over the page. You know where this is going, right? Google. I got my Google thing. Tweet perfectly that any videos I make, go to YouTube, right? Go to Google right away. And I'm on multiple search engines, so I pop up on all search engines. Man. All right, so we got to do it. The video, the flex. We're going to call it the flex. You know why it's called a flex? Not only because it's flexible, because it lets you flex your setup. So yeah, I got some crazy console builders at the end of the day. I'm going to go to them and ask them if they can do a hookup with the screen. Chances are they're going to cut it because it's cuttable. They're going to cut it, mod it, put it in their cases. So they definitely have a ball with this. They make these tiny, these are run-off generic projectors. You know that, right? It'll run off generic projectors. We got to get one in here. We got to get a generic. The Cumi's not a generic because it's Vivid-Tech. But we got to get a generic projector and show you can run generic projectors off this thing. So they got these little tiny ones that they want to use for setting up. I see my buddy's PS5 Pro. It don't even look like it. Doesn't look anything like the system. He modded the daylights out of that thing. Now that is a system I can accept. Modding mine when I get a chance to. When I get around to it. On the road again. What we have for time? Man, we always go over in time. I guess because I put that game in there. I still doing no gaming. But that's why. Hear that cracking noise. You're not supposed to have fire near your PC. Oh man, we should do like I have an ice box. I don't got a PC that's engulfed in flames. We don't have one of them. That would be hot. So my screen, 12 by 12, should cover that whole thing right there. So you can see the screen and you can see all the parts later behind it. I'm going to test that coding. Definitely going to test that coding. So we can get the PC to actually activate when the screen hits. To turn the PC, the whole thing into a screen. But yeah, we'll show you. Or does it on it. But it'll be advertising the flex surface. Let me see. I don't have a PC that looks like it's on fire. I don't think I've ever built one that looks like it was on fire. How come we never built a PC that was on fire? Well, that's not hard to do, too. On top of that, it's very easy to build one that make it look like that. But yeah, we got to build a PC that looks like it's on fire. Everybody ices them down. I ice one. I got one over there. That's my icy baby right there. Icy baby. Can you believe that? Those are made out of freaking boxes at the end of the day. I'm actually building me a post office box. Like a mailbox PC. Oh, that thing's gonna look sick. I'm actually getting to somebody in the post office. And it's got one side of it exposed so I can see it. I'm building one for him. So these, yeah, I tell you, these individuals are bent on thinking that, yeah, no, it ain't happening. It ain't happening because, again, like I said, at the end of the day, and again, you don't follow God, which we know they don't. If they did, they wouldn't be in the situations they're in right now. If God does not lead us Christians down the wrong path, they don't know that. Because, again, like I said, they follow the devil. The devil leads you down the wrong path. That's why you're here and I'm there. You're in a situation, bad situations you got yourself in because you follow the devil. So, the Lord will never put you in a situation, fellow young Christians, so you can learn this. The Lord will never put you in a situation that will cause you to fall to the devil. Never. He's not that type of God. He will never be that type of God, ever. So, if you are doing something wrong, the Lord will tell you. The Lord tells them all the time, but they don't listen. They listen to the devil. So, that's who they serve. So, the Lord will never lead you down the path. If I was working on this stuff and the Lord said, nope, you can't do this, then guess what? I don't do it. Because I serve God. But they can't understand that because, again, they serve Satan. That's what they serve. You sit there and say Satan's not your master, but the things you do, you have made him your master. So, if you're doing something you're not supposed to do, Holy Spirit will tell you that this is wrong and don't do it. Lord will guide you and on your path, on everywhere and everything that you do, he will give you knowledge on basically walking the straight and narrow path. Now, I know people work for the post office. I have a friend of mine here, she works for the post office. I have friends of mine in the post office, they've seen my work. When I show off my demonstration, see the boxes and stuff. It's not a violation, can't go to jail. Keep in mind, I own a company. I ship out orders all the time. I know more about shipping and processing than that guy knows in his apartment right now. He doesn't know jack about freight, shipping, none of that stuff, customs, none of that stuff. I would know about that stuff because I do that type of business. So I would know if one of these boxes at the end of the day would have that violation. I have read through all, matter of fact, I have an account with United States Postal Service where I buy all my merchandise, everything that I need that I can't get from the post store. So I read through all the rules and regulations. Now, using the United States Postal Service to commit crime, like mailing letters to people's homes and packages and stuff like that, post office fraud where you're sending out items that you know are not what they are, but you send them out anyway to take money from people, these things can get you in a great deal of trouble. That's a violation of that box. When you go to the post office, well, basically you have an account, and you go to buy boxes, there's a little disclaimer or policy that pops up. And it says that if you're using these boxes in any way to commit any form of crime using the United States Post Office, which means in you're shipping things that are not supposed to be in those boxes, especially if you're shipping out house paint or screen paint or any form of liquid chemical that is inside of that container and you don't tell them that's in there, you're liable for very heavy lawsuits. On top of that, prison time. So I've gotten boxes over here from people that did not have proper paperwork attached to them. You're missing some documents. You're supposed to have these done, but you don't have them done. And I've had containers come here and they don't have these rules and regulations, which means you didn't check off on that box telling them that you had a hazard material in there. What type of material are you shipping over? Is it water-based? Is it flammable? What's the cleanup process if this stuff spills out? Do you have any of that? Have you been shipping this stuff overseas without these instructions? This can get you in a lot of trouble. So you're supposed to have these documents. Oh, I forgot. We got to mail this out to him today. I really forgot. He's supposed to get this letter. All right. I got something to send to him today. I'm going to send by certified mail. I should be able to catch the post office for that. Is this it right here? Oh, this is right here. Okay, we got to send that document to him. Not to him, the other one. The other one in California, it's got documents coming to him. To let them know that he's gone to court. Let's see. that contract I told you went for $500,000. We're sending it out to him. I have a lawyer look over it. All right, so that's for license inspection. That's for the city. Ooh, did I print that thing? I did print one out. I did print it out. I did print it out. I have to have it because I got the order I got to take care of. Let me see. There you go. Got to have one of these. So basically, this is a requirement. I won't show them because they'll try to copy mine at the end of the day. But you got to have one of these. So you don't have one of these little things right here that basically explains all that. Get your own, by the way. Don't copy my stuff. Crack a book. But you have to know what you're talking about when it comes to your product. So you have to know exactly what is in it, what type of chemicals, not to a certain degree, but they want to know certain ones that they're hazardous, fire safe, basically no fuming, stuff like that. You're going to have this documented to every box that you ship out. So if you're shipping this out and this is not attached to it, the United States Postal Service can bring charges against you. Say this stuff spills out and it's overseas, and they got to say, hey, look, there's nothing on the box, there's nothing at all, period. There's a problem here. This can get you in trouble. So you got to have one of these sitting on top of your box, which means you have to know your product. And if you haven't tested your product, you don't know your stuff. So you're in a lot of trouble. I order your stuff and get it over here, and I don't find one of these little things on the side like, oh, shoot, okay. Yeah, I can report you. See, the thing about it is that most people don't understand, and they find out later on why their businesses don't last long, because they think it's just splashing some paint around, and that's basically about it. No, there's a business part of it all. You have to be licensed. If you're selling in your state, you have to have a license. Maybe you're required to have a DBA. You have to have a legit LLC. You have to fill out the paperwork correctly, not add stuff on there, not make stuff up. If you don't understand it, bring it to somebody who's business savvy or attorney or whatever, and have them read through it. Because you make any mistakes on this could plague you for a long time and get you in a lot of trouble. Man, so much stuff you're going to have to go through. It's not even funny how much paperwork you're going to fill out. It's not even, it's crazy. And you got to have all these, you got all this paperwork. You're going to have all this. For any establishment that you open up or rent or whatsoever, they need to see all this. We had to show licensing and all that stuff, showing that bottom line is we are licensed. And with license, you need that if you're going to be basically doing videos or movies or demonstrations outside, which means you would have to have a permit to be out there. Like this guy did, he slammed something up against the side of a wall and did some demonstration. You can't do that. You gotta have a permit for that. You can turn around and get cited for that. A citation for that. Which means you have to appear in court with the city in front of a panel. They're gonna give you a little ticket. You know, pay your ticket. Any outdoor events, all that stuff, yeah, you gotta have all that. And it's also helps if you got a vendor's license too, because you're going to need one of those too. Oh, it sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? Yeah, it is a lot of work. Yeah, a lot of work. Got to get yourself an accountant, because you're going to need that too. So if you don't have all this stuff established, especially someone who couldn't fill out the proper paperwork for an LLC, you know how easy it is to do an LLC? It's not that complicated. Really not that complicated. There's some stuff you do have to know. You definitely going to have to know. I would love to get a look at that paperwork. I really do. I would love to see what he wrote on there. Because, again, you can't fill out a basic statement due date. And I looked at one. It's not really that hard. It's just the thing about it is you can't lie on the application because this will get you in trouble. It's like going for a job and lying on your resume. I speak 7 different languages. How's that going to work? You know, sooner or later it's going to come up that, oh, Frank over there speaks 7 languages. Oh, there you go. So, yeah, you got to tell the truth on stuff. That stuff come back and bite you in the face. So, it's not just when people think at the end of the day, I'm just going to splash some stuff around the stuff. Man, you have no idea how much stuff you're going to have to go through at the end of the day. What you're going to have to know on the business side of it all, you're going to have to know it. What you're going to do, just fake it? Can't fake that. It's impossible. So yeah, when you're shipping out packages, you got to have those documents on the side of your packages. So when they give you that little board that pops up and says, hey, is there anything in here hazardous? You know, I mean, liquid, perfumes, batteries, all that stuff they ask you, you got to check off, yes, there is. Another one will pop up saying you agree to the terms and conditions, which says that any penalties and anything may pop up, you are fully knowledgeable and you are basically ready to be prosecuted if your stuff ain't right. Yeah, you better have it. Or you can't ship anything out. If somebody gets your package, you don't have the document on it, you can't prove your stuff is what it is, you're in a lot of trouble. Now, for me at the end of the day, I'm blessed, and I'll tell you why. I had lung disease, extremely one. As a matter of fact, I don't have it, but the doctor still diagnosed me with it. They say I have it, and that's what they claim. But anyway, I don't have it. But the fact that the doctors, I can go and get a doctor, a specialist, several of them, to say that, hey, Mr. Bird, can't be around, and I can't be around certain chemicals, or certain chemicals would trigger me. But anyway, because of that, I can't be around certain chemicals. Like I said, real heavy, pungent chemicals, stuff like that, it would trigger them off. It would basically cause them some complications. Yep, and got a doctor, a specialist can come in. 7 of them that came in and diagnosed with that same crazy disease. Like I said, there's no way in the world possible that stuff would have anything that you would claim that it had in it, because it would kill me. But you know what that means at the day? Counter lawsuit, which is going to cost you a lot of money now. And I'm covered on so many levels, it's not even funny. So no, anytime I make my stuff, I have a keen scent to something doesn't basically trigger right, I can't touch it and go near it. So in order for me to paint all this stuff in, it means this stuff would have to have next to zero smell to it. So I had somebody one time say something that my paint had a pungent smell. And yeah, after sending them some documents and stuff, they basically contracted that, pulled that. Yeah, because I was threatening to sue them for $500,000. Can't make statements like that. I know my stuff doesn't have a smell to it. If you're going to sit there and make statements like that, be virtually impossible to work with. You must be working with some kind of paint thinner or whatever. Yeah, I can't be around that stuff, and that stuff would kill me. It would cause me very serious complications. And I can bring a doctor, mind you, anything you say in court must be basically evident or basically it's hearsay. I can bring in seven, I think it's all 7 specialists. These are top-end, high-end doctors who diagnose me with, no, it's virtually impossible, you can't be around that. So I'll turn around, I smile at you, I mean, I'm going to hit you with a $500,000 lawsuit. I'll be higher than that for wasting my time. Don't do dumb stuff. That's the whole thing of today. Do not do dumb stuff. Because you will mess around and find out. And sometimes messing around to find out can mean it can cost you a lot of money. A lot of money. That if you think that life is expensive now, wait, you get hit with a lawsuit that you can't even pay out. And when they go through all your finances, because that's what they're going to do, they're going to go, debt collectors will go through all your finances, see how much you're worth, and what they can take from you, yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. So if you thought struggling now was a nightmare, ain't nothing like having a $500,000 lawsuit sitting over top of your head. If you file for Chapter 11, that's even worse, because then you got somebody telling you at the end of the day what you can't spend, you can't do this, you're not supposed to have that, this, that, and the other. You don't really need that technically. Like if you sit there and say, well, I really need a streaming service, they'll can tell you, no, you don't need one, because they're the ones that actually paid your bill at the end of the day. So now you got to pay them back. And they'll tell you exactly what you can have. The car you're driving is too, well, you wouldn't have it anyway if you lose the car. But anyway, still, yeah, that's what you would go through. Nobody wants to go through that nonsense, right? Right. Don't do dumb stuff. All right. I'm loving my screen. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. I got a lot of information off of it. I already know from the door exactly what size we're going to make, what size the samples are going to be. Got a chance to do some gaming off of it. So I got a great idea of what I want to do and how I want to display it. So I'm good. That's all I need to see. Got it documented on my YouTube account, which means I can always go back to it and check out the archives if I ever come across this screen or something else we're doing. Like, hey, wait a minute. What size screen should we use again? And I can go back and check out my archives. That's what I love about my YouTube archives. You can tell the devil must be upset. He's fighting hard. He's fighting super hard to try to take away them blessings. He's fighting super hard, as you can see. But, as I said before, the Lord fights our battles. And anyone who basically goes against our Lord at the end of the day shall surely fall. And you will. Was you stronger than God? I wouldn't make that statement. Don't do stuff that you You can. I wouldn't say there are certain sins in the Bible you can't be forgiven for. One is suicide, because you took something that didn't belong to you. You stole from God. That's one. The other one is blasphemy. Blasphemy against the Holy Ghost. You cannot be forgiven. People get up in the church and they start doing that. When they get up and start doing, you get that spirit in you, and people do that little dance they do. Some people do that for the sake of just doing it because they want to be recorded or they think it's funny. Yeah, it's not funny because you damaged yourself already. There's certain things that can't be faking, speaking in tongues and all that stuff, and people faking to get the Holy Ghost. Man, that's an extremely dangerous game you play. Yes, it is. Some sins are not forgiven. Till then, I love our new setup here. I'm going to leave it on this right here. I think this way. I think I'll make spirals with the light we have in the back. Let me see. Yeah, that's how I like that. All right, I'm out of here. I got to get my recordings on this. I got to jump these on my channels, let them know that we got this new flex surface coming in. And I got my own forum site that I got to upload too. I got to upload a lot of videos about forum sites. I got to inform my members. And you know, it's funny. These people are trying to get it. You people are weird. I mean, really weird. We got the other one that's obsessed with me. If you see his account, there's nothing but me on there. Nothing but me on his account. He's weird. But yeah, they're weird. I'll have a site and they'll be trying to get into my site to figure out my site. That is not your problem right now. Your problem is that you're monitored. You don't understand that. Your activities are monitored. Why do you think we gathered up all the same information we're gathering on? We're using it against you in court. You're monitored. Your activities are all monitored. I got some people I told you I hired. You're monitored. Not like saying your cell phones are being monitored or something like that, then they know that's just going too far. But your activity, if you cross a line where in our area, you're monitored. They pick up on you. Anything you post, anything that says anything about it anyway, it's all monitored. It's all documented. So deleting, and we've seen this before, delete Facebook pages, they delete videos, all that stuff, forget it. It's already documented. All that's gone. We have all your stuff documented. We got duplicates of Facebook pages already. Now, people think that we want, no, we didn't go out and get their Facebook. We could have did it, but no. They attacked their company. When they attacked their company, and I looked down and I said, oh, left this page open. Everybody's like, duplicate your entire page. Your family's list, friends list, all that, everything, all duplicated. We got a complete copy of it. You can lock it all you want. Doesn't make a difference. We got a copy of everything. You delete everything. We have a copy of the whole thing. You would have never ended up in that situation if you had never came to my fan page to go on it and carry on. Your intentions of going to my page was not to basically enjoy some of the cool stuff for showing off. You went there to cause trouble. And you met somebody which went in and duplicated your entire page. Because he was there monitoring the site on Facebook. So he duplicated their entire page. The other one did it too. McAfee came to our site carrying on and acting up. When they caused trouble, got his whole entire page duplicated. That's how I know things about you. So, here's a lesson to learn. Stay on your page. Don't worry about what's going on my page. If you're going over there to check out some of the cool stuff we're making, hey, you're more than welcome. But if you're going over there to carry on and act up, you get your page duplicated. And now he got his page locked. 1989, that's when he was born. 1989, I think it is 1989. 1989, around that year. But anyway, yeah, don't do stuff like that, because you, again, stupid, just doing dumb stuff. And we duplicate your stuff. Now we got your entire page, and you can go. They locked it. That's not going to do any good. Change wherever you want on there. That's not going to do any good. We have a copy of your page. Friends list, families list, the whole 9 yards, everything. That's how we found it was over in Flushington, Flushington, Ohio. Population 800 and counting. Oh, by the way, we're suing you. you popped up again. I warned you, told you, leave it be, and you didn't listen. So just so you know, I'm going to go down and file charges first thing Monday morning, and I'm filing a lawsuit against you, Mr. McAfee. So yeah, should have just left things alone. Some interesting activity popped up, so we were informed that he's still active. So lawsuit. It's some people are just meant to self-destruct, and it is. It's just in their nature. They're meant to self-destruct. So the house you were crying about, that's going now. That's not my problem at the end of the day. My thing is to protect my company and the people around me. If you feel the need to do dumb stuff, then we have to do what we have to do. I have to come and do what I have to do. So you understand this, we're filing a lawsuit against you. And the lawsuit's going to be hefty. I warned you. Got you on identity theft for basically making fake receipts about my company, doing fake unboxings and just about everything else. And on top of that, those letters we got there showing that you were sending out letters back and forth, used that bar and took their identity to commit crime. So now it's on. I'll be contacting them Monday morning so we can get the process and get this started. I try to get people a way out. What time we got anyway? Oh, I forgot, we gotta do a short video of this. I need to do a short video so I can basically put this on the other channels. Okay, I want this kind of Doctor Who effect. Let me see. Just connect this. That down there. Everybody popped in and said he's activated. What do you mean he's activated? That's what we picked up. I was like, oh really? Okay. So I'm gonna hire a private investigator. He's going to Flushing, Ohio. He should have no problem finding you in 800 people. So we'll figure out exactly where you're at, where you work at, the whole 9 yards. And he is an investigator. It's his job, find people. And he'll report back to us with all your information, and we'll send you out some letters, let you know you're being sued. Oh, by the way, lawsuit, it's going to be pretty hefty, like I said. It's going to be pretty hefty. He can't afford it, but it's going to be pretty hefty. You know, we'll begin the process of cybercrime charges. So we'll get that identity theft. I'll be contacting the bar Monday morning that you basically went out and used their identity. Let them know exactly what we're doing, why they're going to be involved in these court cases, and let them know if they want to go prosecute, and exactly here's your information. Which I warned people at the end of the day, stop doing this dumb stuff, and they don't learn. I think we have his email. I'm going to send him out an email, let him know. I think the attorney send him an email better. It has more impact to it. Let him take care of it. The first thing that comes up, they always ask us, how do we know him? It comes up all the time. Like they asked us about Williams. How do we know him? And I said, we know him through Jamie. And everything leads back to him. So it doesn't go well at all, period. But we gave him an option to get out of this, and he didn't take it. He went back out and did something stupid. I'm not going to tell you what he did, but we do know now we're following. And I got all the information here, so I got to get all that done. I got to be at the police station today, too. I got stuff I got to file with them. All right. People just don't seem to want to basically live their lives correctly. I don't get them. I don't get it at all. But again, if I tell you at the age he's at right now, and you receive that full maximum of 30 years, and if you get 10 years out of that, that's time away. You're not going to be with the family. Why is it worth it? I guess they feel the devil tells them that they're not going to get caught. Tell me that one too myself. I heard that one before. I heard that one. Oh, you're not going to get caught. You're going to get away with it. No one's going to figure it out. I heard that one before. Yes, sirree. Guess what? I got caught. That's what you guys are about to do. Not worth it. You learn the hard way. All right. I'm going to get my video of this, and I got a bunch of emails to send out to that other building so I can get this all taken care of. That being said, gotta go. Be blessed. Do.